Coach Prime's quarterback choice could cost Colorado. There comes a moment in every football season when a coach has to make a decision that defines not just the trajectory of the team, but the legacy of the program. For Coach Prime, that moment is now. The writing is on the wall, the signs are clear, and the opportunity is ripe. Juju Lewis needs to start against Delaware.
This is Plummer football. Give it everything.
This isn't about hype. It's not about headlines. It's about football. It's about winning. And it's about recognizing that the future of Colorado football is already here, wearing number 10, standing tall in the pocket, and throwing with the kind of precision that this offense desperately needs.
I built up a great relationship with Coach Prime and all the coaches out in Colorado, so did my dad, so it just felt right and felt like home.
Juju Lewis didn't just arrive in Boulder with promise. He arrived with preparation. Since the end of 2024, he's been embedded in the program, practicing with the team, attending the Alamo Bowl, and grinding through winter conditioning, one of the most grueling phases of the college football calendar. He's not just a freshman anymore, he's a Buffalo. Spring ball gave us our first real glimpse of what Juju could be. From day one, he's been learning the offense, absorbing the playbook, and building chemistry with the receivers. And when the spring game rolled around, it was clear. Juju wasn't just participating, he was competing.
My biggest takeaway so far has been the extra time that you need to spend on football. It's not just time that you're mandatory and have to be here. You got to be in here, get the extra time with the GA.
Let's talk about that spring game. Insiders knew the Colorado offense would take a step back this season. The command and presence Shedeur Sanders showed in the previous spring game was a masterclass in quarterbacking. What we saw in 2025 was a stark contrast. It was a reminder of just how elite Sanders and his receivers were, and how much this team needs a quarterback who can elevate the talent around him. Juju looked good. Not just good for a freshman, good period. He started with the ones, stepped into his throws, and delivered the ball with intention. He went 10 of 18 for 63 yards and a touchdown, finishing with a quarterback rating of 103.3. Compare that to Kaidon Salter's 82.3, and the difference is undeniable. Juju threw with more purpose, more poise, and more precision than the more experienced Salter. Now, Coach Prime has been transparent about the quarterback battle in Boulder. He said it would go all the way up to the season opener, and he backed that up by giving both quarterbacks equal reps in the spring game. He even brought both Juju and Salter to Big 12 Media Day, a rare move that signaled real confidence in both players.
Honestly, it's been kind of crazy. I mean, I didn't expect to come here this early, and I think it shows that Coach Prime and everybody trust me enough to come speak for the team and help lead the team.
But just days before kickoff against Georgia Tech, Coach Prime named Salter the starter.
Okay, Salter's going to start. The kid has a ton of experience, dual threat. He can throw the heck out of the ball as well. He's the guy. He's the guy at this point.
It was a decision rooted in experience and dual threat capability. And while that logic is understandable, what we saw on the field against Georgia Tech has fans and analysts rethinking whether Salter is truly the guy to lead Colorado to a Big 12 title.
Kaidon Salter, Dallas, Texas. I'm here to be a leader and lead this team to a Big 12 championship.
Let's break it down. Salter played well enough to keep the Buffaloes in the game. He protected the football, avoided turnovers, and made a few plays with his legs. But he didn't win the game. And more importantly, he didn't show the kind of quarterbacking that can win championships. His accuracy was a glaring issue. Salter seems to throw the ball in the general vicinity of his receivers, without any real intent or precision. That might work if you're throwing to a Calvin Johnson-type talent, but those guys don't grow on trees. Even the deep ball caught by Omarion Miller, while impressive, was more about Miller's adjustment than Salter's throw. The arm strength was there, but the placement was off. Colorado's running game looked solid. Behind an improved offensive line and the bruising duo of Welch and Price, the Buffaloes moved the ball on the ground. But the lack of a consistent passing threat allowed Georgia Tech to take control of the game, despite coughing up 3 early turnovers. And then there's the play calling. Offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur called the game like he didn't trust Salter to throw downfield. That's a problem. When you have a receiving core as talented as Colorado's, arguably the best in the Big 12, you have to use it. Omarion Miller had just one target. Zach Atkins, the tight end with serious upside, was a non-factor. It was a waste of weapons. There's been talk about Salter using his legs more. Coach Prime himself has expressed that desire.
A couple times he could have ran, and he decided to throw. dog, you're a dual threat. You know what that means? like use your legs.
But here's the truth. Salter doesn't have the stature to run the ball 10 to 15 times a game in the Power 4. If he does, he won't last the season, and then we'll see Juju by default, not by design. This isn't a personal knock on Salter. He's a competitor. He's doing his best, and he hasn't had a completely fair shot to prove he's the guy. But sometimes, football isn't fair. Sometimes, circumstances force decisions that don't go your way. Salter is in his final year of college football. Some argue that Coach Prime should let him ride out the season and bring Juju in next year. But let's be honest, Salter isn't an NFL quarterback. His inaccurate throws and lack of elite size make that path unlikely. He could thrive in the CFL where the wide-open game suits his skill set, but Colorado needs to win now, and Juju gives them the best chance to do that. Which brings us to Delaware. This is the perfect opportunity. Colorado outmatches Delaware in every phase of the game. Starting Juju gives him a chance to get his feet wet in a less hostile environment. It's a chance for Coach Prime to see what Juju can do in live action, and it gears him up for the long stretch of the season because, let's not forget, he's just one play away from being the starter.
Work with me. He's playing, all right? He's playing. You gotta understand, I love that kid, man. I really do, and I want him to be extremely successful. Sometimes you don't want to rush things. Sometimes you don't want to delay things. You want to make sure the timing is right. I don't think the time was appropriate last week, but this week I made up my mind already before. Now he's gonna play.
That's right.
But starting him sends a message. It gives him the feel of what it means to lead from the first snap, and it prepares him for the moment when he's called upon, not as a backup, but as the guy. Here's my proposal. Start Juju. Let him play the first half no matter how he performs. Then bring Salter back in to finish the game. That way both quarterbacks get reps, and Juju gets the experience he needs to be ready when the time comes. Juju's skill set fits this offense. He stands in the pocket, makes timed throws, and delivers the ball downfield. His style more closely resembles Shedeur Sanders, and more importantly, it complements the personnel Colorado has. This receiving room is elite. Juju can unlock it. He throws with accuracy, he throws with purpose, and he throws with the kind of confidence that elevates everyone around him. That's what Colorado needs. That's what Coach Prime needs. And that's why Juju Lewis has to start against Delaware. Let's not wait for an injury. Let's not wait for another disappointing performance. Let's make the move now, because the future is ready, and the future is Juju.
He knows where we stand. He knows what the future beholds for him. He knows how we see him, and he knows what we expect of him.
What do you think? Should Coach Prime start Juju against Delaware and begin the next chapter of Colorado football now, not later? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and as always, give it everything.